Hey, how's it going? How many people are playing? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Now type in your name for me.
45 seconds.
All right, pick your icon. Just hit the number.
30 seconds.
Okay, your buzzer's gonna be the letter B.
We're going.
Okie doke, let's go.
Wow, look at you playing Headrush by yourself. Hey, can I let you in on a little secret? You're gonna win. Now then. So, here's what you gotta do. Anyway, can we go now? Category, please. Let's see what we got here. Tongue bath. 20,000 bucks says you don't know this one. Hey, you know how on South Park, Chef is always talking about how to make sweet love? Well, considering which part of the tongue identifies sweetness, what advice should Chef give to a chocolate lover?
Lick it with the bottom. Stick it on the back. Poke it with the tip.
Or
Caress it with the side.
it's yours if you want it. You're wrong, and stay out of my purse. The correct answer is... the patch of taste buds at the tip of the tongue tastes the sweet stuff.
Oh yeah, baby. Candy never tasted nothing like this.
Okay, I need a category. May I introduce, we're moving on up into a tree. This one will get you 10 grand. Okay, you know those Keebler elves, live in trees, make cookies? Yeah, those guys. Imagine that the Keebler elves want to give up their dinky tree house and move into a high-rise tree. Which tree would provide the highest penthouse view? A fir, a sequoia, a bonsai, or a weeping willow? The sequoia tree, or California redwood, is the tallest tree in the world. Yeah, next thing you know, those elves will be wearing three-piece suits and calling their cookies confections. Big shots. I need a category. This baby is bunch of bowl-oni. You get this one right, it's worth 30,000 greenbacks. Hey, you know how there are tons of football bowl games around the holidays? You get the Super Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl. Well, if your school were to play in the Dust Bowl, who would be your most likely opponents? The Carolina Tobacco Farmers, the St. Petersburg Russians, the Oklahoma Okies, or the Southern Illinois Cow Pies? In the 1930s, the Great Plains were known as the Dust Bowl because of a terrible drought, and it caused the appearance of the Okies, or traveling workers. But I'll tell you, their home stadium hasn't been the same since they got rid of the real dust and put in Astro Dust. Alrighty, pick one. Here she is. A band by any other name would still smell the same. And you pocket 20,000 clams if you get this one. Heads up, here it comes. Which of the following bands' names is an example of onomatopoeia? REM, U2, Wham, or Duran Duran? Words that are meant to sound like their names are onomatopoetic, like boom, crack, or in this case, wham. Which was a lot better than their original name. They wanted to call the band, but they couldn't figure out how to spell it. Okay, pick a category. Hey, nice choice. You just picked a dis or dat. This dis or dat's category name is Catching Mom and Dad Wrestling. All right, I'm going to give you 7 names, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a WWF professional wrestler or a brand of condom. If someone's in a hurry, okay, get the monkey out here and let's go. Let's boogie. Chic, wrestler or condom? Crush. Gold Dust. Ramses. Avanti. Trojan. Sultan. Back to the ones you skipped. Crush. all she wrote. 4 out of 7. Well, enough said. Let's see your score. And there you go. Enjoy it, and let's move on. Category, please. And here we have, that's what I call traveling. 10,000 beanies if you get this one. Wipe off that finger, because here we go. Let's say Shaq O'Neal changes his name to Iraq O'Neal. Based on his new first name, where will Iraq O'Neal live? Would he live in the Middle East, Japan, Australia, or South America? Iraq O'Neal would be living in the Middle East. Wow, Shaq's leaving LA for the Middle East. Well, I guess he finally figured out he's a sucky actor. Okay, I need a category. Pucker up for dating habits of the inhuman. 10,000 bucks riding on this one. Hey, check out this wacko I heard on Loveline the other night.
Hi, I'm a single-celled organism who's having a little trouble with my relationships. I'm not really a girl, but I'm not really a guy either. Oh, and I like to do it asexually.
Who most likely placed this call to Loveline? Microbe, 27 from Reno, Pollywog, 18 from Trenton, Amoeba, 23 from Tallahassee, or Gland, 20 from Des Moines. Amoebas are single-celled organisms that reproduce asexually, which means they don't need other amoebas to reproduce. They just split in half. I actually took an amoeba out on a date once, and it totally sucked. I mean, it reproduced a few times during dinner, so when the check came, I had to pay for like 6 of us. Alrighty, pick one. This one's called, what do you expect from eating raw fish? 20,000 bucks for a correct answer. Oh, where is that? Here it is. I found one of those most embarrassing moment letters in this magazine. You're going to love this. It's written by a former president. See if you can tell me which one it is. I was at this really fancy dinner in Japan. All these totally important world leaders were there, and I puked all over the place. There must have been broccoli in the sushi or something. Who might have written this? Was it Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, or George Bush? In 1992, George Bush barfed at a state dinner in Tokyo. But that wasn't nearly as bad as that dork sign they stuck on his back at the White House the next day. I need a category. And this is Jammin' in the Holy Land. And you're playing for a $30,000 wad. Okay, has anyone heard of this Michael Jordan guy? Plays basketball, I guess. Well, imagine he decides to play for the Jordanian basketball team. If the Jordanian team only plays teams from countries along Jordan's borders, which team will get a first-hand look at Michael's mad skills? The Gaza Strippers, the wacky Iraqis, the Yemen, or the Djibouti Sheikhs? Iraq is Jordan's border buddy to the northeast. And you know, the Iraqis might have the advantage with that no-fly zone. Okay, pick a category. For your enjoyment, bodily functions have birthdays too. This one can get you 10 grand. And we're off. Which of the following would celebrate its bicentennial? A 2-year-old loogie, a 20-year-old clump of earwax, a 200-year-old booger, or a 2,000-year-old fart? Bicentennial means 200 years, so that booger would be celebrating its 200th birthday. Man, that must be one of those thin ones that like sticks to the side of your nose that you can't even dig out with your pinky. Ugh, I hate those. Alrighty, pick one. Time for the Headrush. Alright, fine. You want to get to the Headrush? Consider it done. Oh, you may need this clue. Mother Goose has got a problem. You better start goosing that buzzer of yours if you want to win. Good luck! Way to go, Green. You know, it's like I always say, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose as long as you get to play with yourself. Now, get away from the computer and go make some friends, will you? Bye-bye.
Yes, sir, that's show business. Thanks, everyone, for your work. Baby Diva, are we back in the saddle or what?
Hey, you made the high scoreboard. You know, I think your accomplishment is inspiring me to quit my job and spend my life wandering across Asia, thinking about life. Oh, there, it just passed. So I'll be here if you want to play again. Just let me know.